Good morning, Unity. Yeah, yeah. I don't wanna put off living in heaven, waiting for the day when I leave this life. 'Cause heaven starts right here and now. It's a state that we allow. Deliverance is coming for us. Come on, everybody, let's sing a song of our salvation. Until the moment we're free, we rise to our salvation. There behind the scenes is a force of unity. It's one for all and all for one. It all begins in me. Come on, everybody. Life just seems to flow inside. I know it's not mere coincidence. Looking back, I see the pattern. Every single person matters. All of us are in this life together. Come on, everybody, let's sing a song of our salvation. Until the moments we're free, we rise to our salvation. There behind the scenes, there's a force of unity. It's one for all and all for one. It all begins in me and you. Let's sing our song of our salvation. Until the moment we're free, we rise to our salvation. Come on, everybody, let's sing a song of our salvation. Everybody, let's sing a song of our salvation. Come on, everybody, let's sing a song of our salvation.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity on Greenville, a positive path for spiritual living. We're so glad to have you here in the sanctuary and everyone joining us virtually. My name is Donna Kirby, and I'm going to be your celebration assistant today. And it is such an honor for me to be the celebration assistant today because this is the first service that we will have Reverend David Howard, our new minister. I just get chills. I did want to let you know, though, that for the month of October, the first 3 Sundays, Reverend Howard will be our guest speaker. And then starting the 1st of November, he starts on board, which means that until November, we want to contact Reverend Doug Dewar for any kind of pastoral care or prayers or anything. He's still on board with us. until the 1st of November. So if you have any questions on that, just ask Sandra. She's our board president. Thank you. Yay, Sandra. We have some announcements this morning. You know, it's hard for me to believe that we have been here 80 years, Unity on Greenville, but we have. So we have to have something special to celebrate. So we're looking for someone who is experienced in event planning, someone who is good at coordinating and team building to lead this special service. So if you think that you have those qualities, or maybe you know of someone who might, please have them contact Valerie Hope and Reverend Doug for more information. Valerie is in the back of the room. She is one of our video coordinators, so she will be the person that you will need to contact, and we invite anybody who thinks that they might be good at doing that. Sunday morning replays. I think this is genius. If you're wanting, like maybe after the Cowboy game today, if you're wanting to listen to Reverend David's service again, we have Sunday morning replays. Or maybe you just want to listen to the meditation. We have on YouTube the capacity for you to do that. So you need to go to Dallas Unity on Greenville, YouTube, and then it will have each of those a meditation, the celebrate, the service, that you can do that. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to do that. Isn't that great? Okay. Anyway, I really do. Of course, technology fascinates me anyway. Reverend Doug sent us a special note, and it's, thank you for your thoughtfulness last Sunday. We had a party for him, and I was not able to be there, but I heard it was fantastic. Your love, words of appreciation, gifts, food, fellowship, and thoughtful conversations bless me immensely. We are each a part of rich history, and I celebrate your praise and thanksgiving. Sincerely, Reverend Doug. Wonderful. We cannot say enough about him. Our upcoming events include Reverend David for the next 3 Sundays that I had mentioned. And then October 23rd, we're going to have Veronica Valles. And if you haven't heard her, you have to come and hear her. She's magnificent. We just adore her. And then October 30th is Nancy Little, who is a licensed Unity teacher, and she is fabulous. Now, I'm going to have to read some of this, so please bear with me for just a minute. Thank you for your donations. In Unity, we believe in being open to receiving the good that is intended for each one of us. In turn, we share the good that we receive. If you consider Unity on Greenville your spiritual home, or perhaps a place where your soul is nourished, I know mine is, we invite you to share your financial blessings in support of this community. And there are 3 different options that you have. First, if you're joining us here in person and you would like to leave your gift in the form of a cash or a check, there is a bowl out in the aisle in the hall, and you can place your donations there. Or if you're joining us virtually, you may go to our website and click on the donate, and you will be able to leave your gift as a contribution. You can use the QR code, whatever is best for you or easiest. And then third, you can send your gift via the mail at our address, which is on the screen. So you have 3 options, and we thank you for that. And in speaking of blessings, Please join me in the offering blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. With gratitude, we commit to using our gifts for good. And I thank you. Our word for today is kindness. Love that. And the affirmation is, kindness is the language of my heart. I set the intention today to give from my heart, to show compassion and kindness to everyone I meet. I begin by being kind to myself. I take time for spiritual self-care and prioritize good nutrition, relaxation, and exercise. I am gentle with myself when I come up short, filling my self-talk with words of affirmation and compassion. Being kind to myself makes being kind to others easy and natural. I am patient and understanding, and I seek harmony and accord in all of my relationships. I let the small irritations go, remaining calm and pleasant. I look for ways to lighten the load of others and don't hesitate to offer a helping hand. My kindness helps creating the kingdom of heaven on earth. And our scripture today comes from Matthew 25:35. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. Please repeat with me the affirmation. Kindness is the language of my heart. Thank you so much. I would like to invite our chaplain for today to come up and lead us in prayer.
Thank you, Donna. Good morning. I'd like to share with you, I have shared in the past that there's a prayer card that you may request a prayer and drop it in the bowl that's at the end of the hall. I'd also like to share with you that we have this little card available for everyone to pick up, and it really talks about unity. We have our vision and our mission statement. We have our prayer for protection, as well as the 5 unity principles. And I would like to pray today on prayer. Prayer is creative thinking that heightens our connection with God. And with that in our thoughts, let us say our prayer for today. Let us relax and put our feet firmly on the ground. Let us close our eyes if we so wish. And let us find that connection with God. Let us remember that prayers are all good and that God listens with that light of divinity that shines within us all. We know we open our hearts and we can receive, for God is within us as we are always within God. And so today, as we think of our word for today, kindness, let us not forget, although we are kind to others, let us remember to be kind to ourselves. As we share compassion with others, such as those that have been affected by Hurricane Ian in Florida and in the Carolinas. Let us also remember our prayers of compassion for them let us also be compassionate with ourselves. And with this prayer, let's remember that we are children of God who is filled with love for us. And so it is. Amen. Please know that after the service today, I will be in the back of the sanctuary, and I'm available to pray with you.
So I invite you to take this opportunity to settle in, to allow your body to feel comfortable and relaxed, to feel yourself supported right where you are in this very moment. Breathe in the breath of life, bringing your attention and your awareness to the breath that sustains and nourishes your physical body. And now imagine that breath as you're breathing in the awareness of the divine presence, spirit, life itself. That you're breathing it all in to the highest capacity that you possibly can in this very moment. That you're filled with the awareness of life. God, universe, source, spirit. And as you fill your awareness with that life, allow yourself to experience it flowing freely and easily and gently and passionately and compassionately in every aspect of your being, every fiber of your body, every cell coming alive in the awareness of the divine that it is. Allow that awareness to open your heart. Allow that awareness to expand, expanding to embrace each one who is gathered here today, expanding beyond this building, beyond this city, and embracing all in the awareness of the divine life that is living itself in its beauty, in its wondrous passion and glory, in and through every aspect of creation. Take this opportunity to feel your connection with each other, with all of humanity, with all of life, nature. Recognizing that we are all in this flow of the divine life energy that is expressing in its fullness right here, right now. And together we celebrate that. Our willingness to open, our willingness to say yes to life, to God, to source, to the universe, to spirit, and allow it to have its life in and through us as us this moment. We know, we claim we are in the flow as the flow of that divine life, right here, right now. And we feel the energy, the nurturance, the sustainability, the life that it is, the one source of all. And you are its expression. As you open to accept it, to receive it, and to let it flow freely from you to bless the world. So take a deep breath. Allow yourself to experience that energy moving in you and around you. As you breathe deeply all the way down through the bottom of your feet, feeling your connection with the earth, sharing the energy, and knowing that you are blessed and you are a blessing. Once again, breathe, feel your body, feel yourself supported, feel your feet against the floor. Be right here, right now, this time, this space, in the fullness of life. And so it is.
If you've been thinking you were all that you got, then don't feel alone anymore. 'Cause when we're together, you've got a light. I am the river and you are the shore. And it goes on and on, watching the river run further and further from things that we've done, leaving them one by one. And we have just begun, watching the river run, listening and learning and yearning to run, river run. Winding and swirling, dancing along, we pass by the old willow tree, where children laugh as we sing them our song, rejoicing together when we greet the sea. Yeah, and it goes on and on. We're watching the river run further and further from things that we've done, leaving them one by one. And we have just begun, watching the river run. And we're listening and learning and yearning to run, river run. And it goes on and on, watching the river run further and further from things that we've done. We're leaving them one by one, and we have just begun, watching the river run. We're listening and learning and yearning, listening and learning and yearning. We're listening listening and yearning and learning to run, river, run. Run, 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 river, run. Watching the river run.
She makes it look easy, doesn't she? Thank you, Rachel. It's beautiful. Appreciate you. So I want you to stand up with me for just a minute, if you're willing and able to do that. And just shake it off, because I need to shake it off. Just let it go. Whatever it is that we need to let go, just let it go. So I'm letting go today of any care and concern and worry, and let's be present here. And you can sit down now. But thank you for doing that with me. I didn't want to be the only one up here shaking it, so I appreciate you doing that with me. I was in a store the other day. Yesterday I've been getting myself settled here. And I was in a store, I think it was Target, and I was checking out, and guy said, "How you doing?" I said, "Good, how you doing?" He said, "I am blessed and exceedingly well favored." And I thought, what a great response. And I want you to know that I feel blessed and humbled and exceedingly well favored to be here with all of you today and to walk into this space. Last time I walked in here about a month ago, I was walking in as a guest, a candidate. And so now I'm walking in a different capacity. So I'm honored and privileged to do that. So thank you for welcoming me into your space. I feel your love and welcome, and thank you so much for that. And now I've forgotten everything I was going to say. All right, so yeah, let the river run. So you'll find that I sometimes just break into song. You'll find sometimes that I start crying. You'll find sometimes that I just stop. But I know that you're with me, and I know that you, I trust that. And so I'm going to begin this morning with this song that keeps running through my head as I've been thinking about this talk today. And it's a song that is actually one I recorded. It's just a little hymn. It's very simple, written by a woman named Rose Sanders, who is a beautiful African-American woman. And the song speaks volumes. It's a very simple song, but it really speaks volumes to, I think, us, and possibly more especially to her. And anyway, so there's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river that's flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. And so I want you to know today that there's a river flowing in your soul. There's a river flowing really as your soul. And that river, I believe, is that life, the very life of God, the life of source. If God is a word that triggers you in some way, don't use that word. Use source, use spirit, use universe, whatever it is that you can align with. that helps you to really connect with life. Because there is a life that is living itself as each of us in its fullness, in its full capacity and beauty and wonder and majesty. And it is here to live itself, and we're here as its vessels. Do you believe that? We are its vessels. And each of us is a unique expression of that life. A unique and wonderful expression of that life. And that life of spirit, that river that's flowing as you and as me, is inexhaustible. It is changeless. It is eternal. And I believe that's who and what we truly are. And so in one way, I'm using the river. I want that to be our touchstone, our point of reference. That there is a river of life. And it is that same river that flows through all of us, all of creation. And we're connected in it as that, right? But also, when we look at this idea that poets and authors and musicians have using the river as a metaphor for our life experience. I don't know about you, but my life experience changes all the time. I mean, just look at me here, right? You know, that while that life of God's source is constant, that's what we get to hold on to, while all this other stuff just seems to be happening in our lives. And so as we look at this idea of the river as a metaphor for our own life, or maybe our life as a metaphor for the river, I'm not sure which it is, I want you to hold on to that idea. I was in last year, about this time, a little earlier, I was on sabbatical for 6 weeks, and I traveled to the east coast, the East Coast, not the East. I traveled to the East Coast. I grew up in Georgia, and so I was there, and I was in the mountains some, and I did quite a bit of hiking and walking by the river and the rivers and streams there, and it was just a beautiful time. But it reminded me so much of watching the river and how the river just flows sometimes, you know? Sometimes it flows very easily and smoothly, and it just flows down, it trickles down, it flows very easily and effortlessly. And then sometimes, you watch it and it comes up against some boulders or some fallen trees, something that would seem to impede the flow of the river. But it doesn't stop the river. It always finds its way, moving around and over and under, and it's finding its way. Just like you and I are finding our way in this life. Finding our way truly always back to our realization that we are the river. We are that life. Back to that place of knowing our unity. And as I said, you and I are these rivers of God, these rivers of source. And you and I have come together right here in this space, in this time, in this place. We each bring our own unique paths, our own experiences, our own preferences, our own ideas, our own gifts and talents. We come together and we are creating something. Just like the streams flow together and they come together and they create a river and the river flows into the ocean, I believe that you and I are here coming together at this time and this place in this moment to co-create something beautiful and expansive and amazing. Can I hear a yes or an amen or a praise the Lord or something? Yeah? That we are here by a divine appointment, so to speak, to create something. I don't yet know what that is, but guess who does? We all do. And I know that just like that river flows, sometimes it flows so easily and effortlessly. It's like life just is flowing. Don't you love it when that happens? Just nothing to disturb your peace of mind, just flowing in life, and it's just easy and effortless. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes we do come up against those boulders, those rocks, those fallen limbs, whatever they might be. And I'm not naive enough to think that that won't happen. It probably will happen in our flow together. But what I know too is watching the river finds a way. The river makes its way over and under and around and through. It doesn't stop. And I believe that as we together practice our unity principles, practice our spiritual principles, that we together will find a way. You know, once somebody gave me a book once that the title of it was "What's in the Way is the Way," and I thought, what the heck does that mean? What's in the way is the way, but I think I'm beginning to understand that. Are we willing to recognize that what we think is in the way is actually the way? And that we get to find the way together. I'll be honest with you right now, I do not have all the answers. Uh-oh, I know. So I guess I better leave right now, just walk right out the door. But I do trust and know that we together can and will find a way when we keep awareness of that life, the river of God that is flowing in us and through us and as us, and as we together commit to practicing unity principles and doing our spiritual practice, whatever that is for you. I believe that. And again, I know you've noticed that sometimes rivers twist and they turn and they go in a different direction than we might think they will. And I don't know if you've noticed life is like that sometimes. I mean, like I said, I'm back in Dallas after being gone for quite a while. When I left here 8 years ago, I never thought I would be back here. But what I know about that is if we understand and we recognize and we trust, and we can say to Spirit, to Source, to the universe, bring it on. I trust that life, the Spirit of life, that river of life is guiding me, it's guiding you. But I know also what happens sometimes is that we resist. I don't want to do that. Right? Anybody else ever resist the flow of Spirit? How's that working for you? Dr. Phil might say. How's that working for you? Yeah, it doesn't work. Because when we resist the flow, the twists and turns of life, guess who suffers? We do. And guess who else suffers? Everybody around us. Right? So the idea really is to trust the flow of that river, to go with the flow. Go with the flow. The quotes up here that I've already forgotten about, but John O'Donohue is a poet. You may be familiar with some of his writings. He said, "I would love to live like the river flows, carried by the surprises of its own unfolding." I would love to live like the river flows, carried by the surprises of its own unfolding. And so there is that opportunity for us to be in the moment with however things flow and twist and turn in directions that we may not expect. Because I don't really doubt that that too happens in our collective experience as a community, as a spiritual community, right? So be in that place of being with what is, without resisting. And also what I recognize about the river, let me just say about from me, sometimes, I know nobody else has this experience, but sometimes I want to push the river. I want to make it go my way in my time, and I want to make it happen now. I want what I want, and I want it now. Anybody else? You don't have to raise your hand. I want to push the river. I want to try to make it happen. But what I've also found out about that is that gets me in trouble. And so I know, we've got some great ideas for what Unity on Greenville is going to be and how we're unfolding and what we're co-creating and all that we can do. And we want it to happen now, don't we? We want it to happen now. And I want to invite us to recognize that it's important for us to recognize that Spirit, God, Source, Universe has its perfect time. You know, it's just like when the plants are growing and the flowers are blooming. You're not going to run out there and say, "Why aren't you blooming already?" Or try to force it to bloom. Well, you might, but it's not going to do you any good, right? Can we trust the natural flow of life, of spirit, in its own perfect timing? Now, I want you all, you're hearing me say this, I want you to promise that you will remind me of that. Right? If I start wanting to push the river. And the last piece of that I want to share with you about the river, that I think is so important. When we understand that the river of life is giving itself in its fullness, in its totality, in all that it is inexhaustible. The life of God, the life of Source is inexhaustible. And our opportunity, I believe, as individual, but certainly coming together as a spiritual community, is to recognize that and to truly just open ourselves up wide, to allow that energy to flow, to allow God, Source, to use us in whatever way we are to be used, recognizing that there is no limit to Source. Our opportunities to be in the flow and to be the flow. That includes, I loved hearing this morning how you share your space with other groups. It's opening up the doors, opening wide, opening our hearts, opening our arms to embrace anyone and everyone who really wants to come and be a part of this community and to share our resources. I come from Colorado. And some of you may have heard that the Colorado and Nevada and California are in a war over the water in the Colorado River because it's a limited resource. But let's not see our life, the life of God, as a limited resource. There's enough, and there's more than enough for all of us. As we trust that and we allow that and we open ourselves to that, because it is that life of God, the life of Source, that river flowing through us, that is going to change the world, that is going to heal, that is going to make a difference in people's lives. Eric Butterworth, who I love, and I'm sure many of you do as well, said there's a longing at the heart of the universe to flow forth into and perfect all that it has created. This is the basis of all healing and success and overcoming. The kingdom within, which I'm calling the river, is the realm of all potentiality, all substance, all life, all love, all peace, all health, all the good that we can possibly begin to imagine. There's a longing to flow forth as you and as me and as unity on Greenville. And we are here to be its outlets, to let the river run through us, in us, as us, and to trust that it is inexhaustible, unchanging. One more reading I want to share with you is from Khalil Gibran. And I had not heard this before. Actually, this is what inspired me to talk about this today. Someone shared it with me on Facebook. And it just really touched me in a way, and I thought, yeah, thank you, Spirit. He says, they say before entering the sea, the river trembles with fear. She looks back at the way that has been traveled, that she has traveled, from the peaks, the mountains, the long winding road which crosses forests and villages, and sees in front of her such a vast ocean that entering it doesn't seem anything less than having to disappear forever. But there's no other way. The river can't go back. No one can go back. Going back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk and to enter the ocean. It's only when entering the ocean that fear will disappear. Because it's only then that the river will know it's not about to disappear into the ocean, but to become ocean. So I encourage us to keep that in mind as we are moving forward. I know sometimes it's tempting to want to look back at how things have been and maybe longingly look toward the past. And if we can learn from that, I think there's benefit in that. There may be some temptation to look back at the past and regret the past. I would encourage us not to focus on that. But if we can learn from the past and move forward, learning from the past, then I would encourage us to do that. But I encourage us to also know that we are here that we are, again, opening ourselves up to something bigger and deeper and broader and more expansive, I'm hoping, than we even understand yet. And to recognize that it's not about giving up anything, it's not about letting go of who Unity on Greenville is, but it is about becoming something even greater, even more. And I'm trusting that as your minister, your spiritual leader, that I'm also committed to becoming more, to growing and expanding my own spiritual understanding and human understanding as well. So in that idea, I want to share with you, some of you probably read it in my newsletter piece, something I wrote that incorporates, I think, your mission and vision, our mission and vision, and core values. Because this is what I want us to hold together as we move forward. I join with you and know that with divine love as our foundation, we are committed to living Unity spiritual principles, awakening to truth, and affirming the innate goodness of all and our oneness with creation. I know that we hold the vision of a world where every being lives in awareness of their sacred oneness and divine light. Together we will work to remember that we are expressions of divine light and share unconditional love in a spirit of service with acceptance and inclusion for all as we help to foster conscious spiritual transformation for ourselves and our world. So I join with you in committing to living that statement, purpose, and allowing Spirit, river, to live itself in us and through us and as us, to enrich our lives and to enrich the lives of each other and the world. Because that's why we're here, isn't it? That's why we're here. So again, thank you. I love you. I'm so happy to be with you. And what do we do now? Song.
Sometimes I think too much, think I know the way. Life turns another direction. Other times I listen to what the people say. It's less than perfection, but in my quiet place is where I start to change, observing the ins and outs, the ups and downs, the roundabout. My eyes can see beyond the corners. You've got yours and I have got mine. Together we can surely find this truthful tapestry of color on this merry-go-round. On a merry-go-round. I feel light again the moment I can see. When I find the answer, I wanna stay in this zone this wonderland to flow in the company of masters. Here in this quiet place is where I start to change, observing the ins and outs, the ups and downs, the roundabout. My eyes can see beyond the corners. You've got yours and I have got mine. Together we can surely find our truthful tapestry of color on our merry-go-round. Yeah, on a merry-go-round, on a merry-go-round. Oh, stay here in this flow with me. Stay here in this flow with me. Stay here in this flow with me. Stay here in this flow. Oh.
We take a lot for granted with Rachel. So please, let's give her another welcome. Thank you. She does. Did you write that one? She writes most of her songs. Incredible. Unity on Greenville has a vision, and if you would speak the vision with me, I'd appreciate it. We see a world where every being lives in awareness of their sacred oneness and divine light. Thank you. If you'd like to connect with us, we'd love to receive any kind of information, what you would like. You go to our website, and there you will see a card that you can fill out. You may want prayer. You may just want to speak with a minister or to our board, president, whatever that is. Please feel free. We'd love to hear from you. Now, before we sing the peace song, I would like you to stand, please. October 1st is a very special day for Reverend David, for it was his birthday. So I think we should sing happy birthday to him. Do you think you can lead that? Yeah, I felt you could. Please.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to David. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I believe there's some goodies out in the hallway that you can certainly indulge with. So, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So please, while you're standing, join me in Let There Be Peace on Earth.
Yes, there is peace on earth. I know it begins in me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God, our Creator, united in all we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. With every step I take, I make this my choice. Vow I take each moment, live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and I know it begins in me.
And now our prayer.
Surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Come on, everybody, let's sing a song of our salvation. Until the moment we are free, we rise to our salvation. There behind the scenes, there's a force of unity. It's one for all and all for one. It all begins in me. Let's sing our salvation. Come on, everybody, let's sing a song of our salvation. Until the moments we are free, we rise to our salvation. There behind the scenes is a force of unity. All for